Hey Kim, how are you?
Hey Kim,
It's
how are
been a
you?
while, hasn't it?
Hey Kim.
All right. Sorry, I had to cut the echo on there. It's been a long time since I went live. It's been a long time since I've been on just on YouTube. So other than me watching it, so I literally was just like, wait, let me set up everything. How are you, Kim? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you. I really hope that you can hear me. I hope because I was really struggling trying to set up this. I literally was struggling for like 10 minutes. I was just like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kim. So you are my first person. Thank you very much. I was just like, you know what? Everybody probably forgot. It's almost been a year since I've been on, and I I wanted to come and do some things. I just wanted to come and get back on camera and let everybody know like I'm alive. I'm okay. I miss y'all. So I'm not really doing anything in particular. Y'all know I hate lives, but I mean, there's no rhyme or reason other than it was time for me to come back and say hello and let y'all know that I was alive. So hold on, let me see what's going on with the chat because I see more people have joined, but I only see Kim. So bear with me because it's been a while, y'all. It's been a long time. I still think it's. Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. Hold on. Let me make sure because I want to be able to see everybody. And I don't know why I only see Kim's now unless nobody's not talking. Okay, hold on. I don't know. If y'all typing, if you guys are typing, it's not coming through yet, except for Kim's. So I don't think that I have any restrictions on or anything like that. It's been a while. Give me a second, y'all. And it might be people that's not subscribed to this channel that's just going through, and that's okay. But let me see. uh Everything's open, so I'm just gonna go ahead and carry on. So basically, I'm just sitting here. I have so many different projects going on. I felt like I needed to come back and say hello, let you guys know what was going on with me. I basically have just been crocheting and working like I normally do. Y'all know I still work. I work that corporate job. And I think I just wanted to take some time away from YouTube for a while. It was really getting a little monotonous for me. It was getting a little hectic. I was just like, I kind of felt like I was over it for a little while, but I did not want to say, hey, I'm leaving. Basically, someone had told me, I think it was Thriss, told me like a long time ago. She was just like, look, don't keep saying that you're leaving, and then because you've done that like once or twice or whatever. She was like, just leave the videos up. People will hang in there, the ones that really want to see me or they really support me. And I think the last video I made was back in July of last year, and I had intended to do something, but I just I just didn't want to pick up the camera anymore. I didn't want to get on camera. I was just like, I had some different things going on, but I don't know. I don't know why I stayed away so long. And I'm glad that I took that rest. I needed it, you know. So, um, yeah. Let me see something. Hold on. Hmm. Okay. I don't think. Hold on, y'all, because I really want to make sure that it's kind of weird. Because let me see. I don't know how people do this every day nowadays. Anyways, I don't know either, Kim. I'm amazed at the stamina and the endurance that it actually takes for people to keep doing this all the time. I will admit that when I started this channel back in 2000 and I think it was 21, you know, I think there's Ganny Joe. Okay, now I know my chat is working. Hi, Ganny Joe. Am I saying it right? I'll be like Ganny Joe. Ganny Joe. I'm so glad you're here. Ganny Joe. Yes. Thank you for showing up. Let me say hi to everybody that's coming through. Hello. Who is this? EU4241. Well, hi. Might be one of the new subscribers, but nevertheless, when I started this channel back in 2021, it was all because of the fact that I wanted to prove to people that I could still crochet. You know, if you had a problem with your hands, you know, arthritis, rheumatoid, what's the other word? Fibromyalgia. I be having a hard time saying that word. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. And that's where it started. And as y'all know, for the subscribers who've been with me for a long time, back in the day with Barb and everybody, you know, it was just something that I just kind of wanted to build a community with you guys. And now, over the years, you know, I would try my best. I told y'all, I was just like, look, I gotta work like 40 plus hours. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up. I don't know how the other creators and everyone else is doing this. Like, they putting out like 2, 3 videos, you know, they going live every other day. I personally, I it wore me out just for the fact that you guys know that I don't do a lot of lives. I think this might be my 4th one. If you go to my library, I've only had 3. I'm not a fan of it because I feel like I'm wasting people's time. You know, but then when I go into other people's lives, I'll be like, they're not really talking about nothing either, you know. So I always took pride in putting out real content for you guys, you know, the tutorials or the talks. And I just felt myself slowing down. It takes a lot, you know, it really does. And you know what? God bless y'all for all of y'all who do lives all the time. Y'all consistent. You know, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it. And you know what? Good on you. Because when I come home from work, the last thing I want to do is set up and start doing it, even though lately something has been awakening in me and I am so ready to get back. I have not stopped crocheting. I am always watching. New subscribers constantly come in. They're coming in for the arthritis videos. You know, I'm still inspiring people, and I do feel as though, you know, I do need to address, you know, and kind of give an update for people who suffer from different, you know, like I call them nerve diseases, anything that's, you know, stopping you from using your hands the way you used to. Yeah. So let me see who's else up in there. Let me see. It's still Ganny. And did I miss anybody? Okay, we got a couple people. I'm okay with that. But that's the reason why, Kim and Ganny, I had to step back for a while, and that step back turned into a month, which turned into a couple of months, and which just turned into almost a year. But I have been secretly sitting in a lot of live chats. I never stopped. I have been, you know, I just don't say anything. You know, I sit in quite a few. I would say the only live chat that they knew that I was there, they knew that I was there. That was Lisa Knits in Australia. I kind of like to make myself known in that chat because she normally has a small live chat group, and it's fun. It is really really fun. But yeah, other than that, oh yeah, and then I'm like intrigued with some new channels, that has nothing to do with crocheting, that I've been looking at. But sometimes if y'all saying, well, Pinky, we see the little blue dot, I'm on YouTube all the time. I'm usually listening either to the Bible or I'm watching this crazy, what is it? It's an old British like claymation cartoon called The Wind in the Willows. Now, apparently it was a childhood book that I had never heard of, and I'm addicted to it. I'm so addicted to it. Every night I gotta fall asleep to The Wind in the Willows. So, but anyway, so yeah. Hi, that thumbs up. Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's all. But I literally felt like turning on the camera because I'm working on this. I'm working on this bag. Well, I'm almost finished, y'all. So it's huge. It's a long bag. Y'all see that? So this is like my own little design. And I have to line it because I'm sewing the lining together right now. But basically I wanted to do a red and white bag. I mean, you have Memorial Day, you got 4th of July, and I am a bit of a patriotic person. And so it wasn't supposed to come out this, I mean, this is really huge. It wasn't supposed to come out this big, and now I got to sit here and try to figure out how to make the handles. I used to have a whole bunch of handles, and so since the last time that y'all saw me, I moved again. And when I moved, I decided to downsize. I literally went from pretty much 1,000 square foot apartment, and I decided to go to 680 square feet. And the reason why is because the older you get, you realize that you don't need a lot. You don't, you start looking at stuff differently. And I started looking like I don't want to be boggled down by all this. So a lot of the craft stuff that I had, I got rid of a lot of stuff, but then I got rid of maybe too much, if that makes sense. And now I don't know where my handles are because I have a storage unit, which I eventually am going to get rid of. But now I'm stuck with making my own handles. So anyway, let me see. God first, family and crochet. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how it's been going for me, Yanni. I literally, when I took that break, last year, I did not know that it was going to be that long, but the longer I took the break, the more I felt like I was going through a depression, but you know what? I wasn't going through a depression. Basically, sometimes God will set people aside. Y'all know that I'm not married or whatever, and that's what happened with me. I got set aside. I got set apart. It was some downtime that I needed. I think he was trying to get my attention. And the longer that I stayed off of the camera and just went to work and came home, basically I had more time to listen, and I started looking at stuff around me, and I was just like, I don't need all this stuff. Like, it literally started boggling me down, and it made me sad. One of the things that really made me sad, and I'm embarrassed to say, but I'm gonna say it right here, that yarn. You guys, Kim, again, y'all have been with me for a while. Kim, you've definitely been with me for a long time, and y'all have seen the yarn collection. And then when Barb passed and she gave me, all that yarn or whatever, which I was very grateful for. I mean, a subscriber who I never met, made that one of her dying wishes to give me all that yarn. And I tried, my best to share it with people. It was just insane. It literally, if y'all see my inventory, because I had a large inventory, and you add what I had got, received from Barb, y'all remember all the boxes that I mailed out? I still didn't put a dent. Y'all remember all the giveaways that I had and those big canvases, but I still didn't make a dent. And imagine that you have consumed something so much that you once loved, that you consumed too much of it, and now the blessing seems like it became a curse. Does that make sense? It was horrible. And I literally started resenting the craft because I was boggled down. Like, everywhere I looked, there was just yarn, 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 and I couldn't crochet fast enough. My mind got brain fog. I couldn't, it was like I had a million ideas for you guys. And then, if I'm honest, and then I did the ultimate thing that the Bible warns us about, the comparison. I try not to look at other people's stuff sometimes, because it takes me away from what I'm doing. And I literally started comparing myself, and I'm like, I'll never be that good. Oh, I've missed y'all too. I've missed you guys a lot. But I literally started comparing myself. And then, you got the new generation coming in, which I'm glad to see that our craft is going, just crafting period is alive and well with the newer generation. They're coming up with fantastic ideas and great stuff. And I felt like I was competing. But again, God, had set me aside and said, look, you're not competing, that's all in your mind. Just do what you do and don't worry about it. And again, I needed that time, and I'm so glad, y'all, that I stepped away from it, because it really showed me that there was so much more than me getting, numbers. And y'all know I've never really been like big on trying to get monetized. It's a lot harder than what it used to be, I'm sure, like 10 years ago. So I kind of gave up there. But really, the truth of the matter is, I just like being around y'all. Really, to tell you the truth, I like interaction, and I like to make people smile. So anyway, with all that said, when I was telling y'all about downsizing, that's the reason why now I'm trying to make my handles. And you know what? When I make these handles, it's going to be like one of those bags that be on your hip, almost like a market bag. But yeah, it's going to be done for. And I think I'm going to do the tutorial because I really want to show this stitch. So let's see who else done joined us. Mima. Hi. How are you? Oh, thank you. Yeah, this was a tunic that I made, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years. No, it had to be 4 years, because Ruby was still alive. Remember Ruby Sue, my pet rabbit? I remember hurry up and showing you guys this like right before I went to work, and I still love it. And it's just made out of the Hobby Lobby. I love this carton. I love this yarn cotton. And I always make stuff for other people. Every time I think I'm gonna make something for myself, I feel like I feel like it's a little bit conceited. No, that's not the word. I feel like it's a little bit self-indulging. Like when I start making stuff, like, I don't know. I really want to keep this bag, but God done put it on my heart. Now I gotta give it to I gotta give it to somebody. And I know exactly who I'm giving it to. This lady down at my job, she works in our cafeteria, and I think she would really, really like this bag. So this is going to be great. But this one I kept. I was just like, ooh, and it fits me nice too, because yeah, it fits me nice. So anyway. But yeah, so Mima, how are things going for you? Ganny Joe says interaction is awesome, minus the drama. Just saying, you're absolutely right. That yeah, so again, another confession. Not that I was ever involved in the dramas that was going on different channels or whatever. Like I said, I have always tried to keep to myself. Y'all know that. And I would always make sure that this channel was set to where people would come and forget all that nonsense, which is one of the reasons why a lot of times I don't like to have lives, because the beef isn't with me, but I would see in other people's lives, like people going at it. And I was thinking to myself, we're a crafting channel. What could y'all possibly be beefing about? I didn't get it. It didn't make sense to me. I was just like, what's wrong with these people? But nevertheless, yeah, I still like the community. I love the community. Just people getting together, you know. So I guess that's why some people do so many lives, maybe because they're like me. They don't, you know, they live by themselves or something like that, you know, and maybe they just want the company. I enjoy y'all company. I really do. I love reading the chats. I think you guys are funny. You know, you agree? Let me see. So Mima says, it's a good color on me. Oh, thank you. And then Mima says, Ganny Joe, that is exactly why I took a back seat and just wish more, or just visit more, sorry, than chat. Yeah. You agree too, Kim? Yeah, I've seen it happen, and I was, and sometimes literally, even though I wasn't involved and I was looking at people, and what was sad is that, you know, some of these people might be are subscribed to my channel, and I mean, not that they ever came and did something crazy on here, but I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And it actually drained me. Have y'all ever like been around like conversations or people, and the energy, the negative energy, even if it's not involving you, it drains you. Like you don't feel good after you leave. And that's what was happening. I was just like, oh, I don't like how this is going. Yeah, I did not like how it was going. So that was one of the other things that turned me off a little bit. I didn't like it. But I need to ask y'all something since I got y'all here. So with this bag, all right, so let me explain to y'all. So what I did was I did this bag in 2 panels, okay, just because of the stitch. Like it was just my own design. So what I did was I stitched it together, the 2 panels on the sides and the bottom. I stitched it with a slip stitch. Right now, the slip stitch is turned inside out. Now, I didn't know how it was going to come out. Now, I want y'all to see this. Tell me if you can see that. Y'all see how that came out? This is the side of the bag. Looks good, right? Let me see what y'all saying. It looks good. But guess what? Once you get down to the bottom, you see what happened? I don't know what I did wrong. And then when you look at the bottom, well, I don't know. Y'all can't really see it because there's a lot of white, but let's go back. Let's turn this around. See, it looks good because it makes a design, but once you get to the bottom, look at that. I don't know what I did wrong. So you know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about kind of like pressing this together like that and kind of keeping it close. Because other than that, I don't know what happened. Like, do y'all see what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. Yeah. You say, oops. I was just like, I don't know what happened, but I know how to fix it. Because what I'm going to do is kind of go back in and do an invisible stitch on the inside and bring it closer together, right? So that it looks like this. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then I had some old bandanas from Joann's that I missed. That was the other thing, y'all. I'm sorry. The shutting down of Joann's did something to me. I felt like it was part of the reason. It was another part of the reason why I didn't want to come back on. I know y'all probably like, Cheyenne, you just making up stuff. No, it really, it made me depressed. It was the end of an era, and I did not. I felt felt like I lost my best friend. I don't know if y'all felt that way. I don't even know if y'all felt, highly about Joann's, but I did. But nevertheless, I had stocked up on a whole bunch of bandanas. I think I might have got this. Maybe I didn't get this one from Joann's. Anyway, I had 2 bandanas, and it had, look, isn't that cool? You see those colors? So I'm making this. I sold the 2 bandanas together, and then I'm going to put it inside the bag and line it with that. And the bandanas was only 49 cents. So that's what I was doing today. I'm just showing y'all what I'm doing, because I would like to do a tutorial on this sometime this week, but don't hold me to it. And since there's only a couple of y'all here, y'all the only ones that know about it. So yeah. What else I got going on? The other thing that I am into right now is, I don't know what's going on with me and granny squares. I actually invested, I'm so happy. I actually invested in a blocking. I didn't understand that I probably should have got a bigger block, because these are like what I call like the ugly granny square blankets, the ones that you saw on granny's couch that you really didn't like it. It was some crazy colors, but you knew that was the blanket that everybody wanted to be under, right, when they got sick. Who just came in? Let me see. Hi. Okay, wait a minute. I shot. Oh, I can't even say it. I cannot say that name, but you know what I'm going to call you? Asha. Hi, thank you for coming by. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh yeah, so let me show y'all. So I had so much of this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and it was one that I've had for years. The reason why I could never make anything with it, because every time I tried, the variegation in the print, it looks pretty when it's rolled up, but when I started working with it, I was like, ugh, like everything that I did came out wrong. So I said, I'm gonna make one of those crazy looking granny square blankets, and I decided to make it in a hexagon. Now, I literally just started making them. I did not think about how many skeins I was going to need or anything like that. And I'm making them, and then I'll stop, and then I'll start sewing them together. So you can't see the fullness of it, but this is how it's coming out, y'all. I'm just going to hide my face so y'all can see it. So what y'all think? So you see what I'm saying? What y'all think? It's big. Look, who's got, you're not getting, you say you're not fond of granny squares? I was not fond of it. The problem is, it's like they're fun making them. A lot of people said that they do not like sewing them together, right? Some people say, oh, I love making them because you get to make so many of them or whatever, that's the fun part. A lot of people was just like, I can't stand sewing them. But do you guys know that sewing them is actually therapy for me? Like, I enjoy it. I don't know why. And it's relaxing. I just put on one of my favorite, black and white movies or something, and I have been enjoying myself. But the problem that I ran into, y'all, is that these are hexagons. So I don't know, like, there's no rhyme or reason. I don't know how to shape it. I'm just like adding them on until it gets big enough. And I do realize that the edges are going to be like, scalloped, I guess. Like, I think this probably, I guess like this is gonna be as straight as I can get it, right? Like that. It's kind of going to be like scallop shell or whatever. I don't know. It's really big, but it still has a ways to go. Like, I'm going to have to lay it on the floor or the table and kind of see where I need to start shaping it. Does that make sense? But I really enjoyed this. Let's see who else is in. Okay. Pink, oh pal. Yes, fellow Pink. It has been a long time. That's exactly what I was telling Kim and Mima and Ganny. It's been such a long time. And I was like, I have got to get on because I really missed y'all. And you know what's crazy? Last night I was really feeling extremely lonely and I was feeling really sad. But I had you guys in mind, and I'm saying that not just because you're here. I'm being sincere. You know, I am very, very good with knowing who my subscribers are as far as the ones who have interacted with me or I've interacted with them. By no means like I never forgot Kim, and I never forgot Mima, and I never forgot Ganny. I never forgot Mama G, you know, Yarn Barf, VJ Crochets, Lisa Knit. I'm very, very, and even if they don't have a channel, you know, Sally, Miranda Powers, I know my subscribers, like the ones who have been there for me, Maria Chavez, you know, I know all of my subscribers who've always interacted with me because I really like y'all. I do. Yep. A true statement. And Pinko Pal, you're definitely one. So you says, I am crocheting together 9 huge Bavarian granny squares. I hate it. You hate it? And you know, I hope I said that word. Y'all know I'm horrible with pronunciation. Bavarian, is that how you say it? I have heard of that, but I may have seen one, but I really don't know what they look like. And now I gotta look it up. So yeah. Thank you, Gani. Thank you so much. I really, man, I'm amazed at this. And you know what I like about this? Because the colors, tell me these are not the colors that we all saw in our grandmom's house. You had that auntie, it will be some crazy color scheme. Now, the reason why there was no rhyme or reason, I thought this was the perfect thing to do. And I wish, you know what? Hold on. Oh man, I don't have it with me. Because I wanted to show y'all the color. This came from Hobby Lobby. And I wanted to show you what it looks like wrapped up. When you look at it wrapped up, you know, you're like, oh, that's going to be great. It's kind of like the Southwest border theme colors. But when I would crochet with it, no matter what I did, so I decided, like, you know what? I'm just going to make a whole bunch and just put them together and spread out the different designs. Because as you can see, right, you know, because I'm not adding any other colors. I'm just going, I mean, there's so many colors with it. It's just, sometimes it just comes out with just 2 colors like that, or it comes out like that, right? Or it comes out with the real dark one, and I'm just putting them together. I don't care. There's no, like, I'm not saying, oh, I need to put all the darks with this or here. That's the whole point of this blanket. Because if you remember from the 70s, that blanket that was on your grandmom's couch, there was no rhyme or reason with them colors. But that was the best blanket, right? That was the best blanket. Hi, Jen. Hi. Jen, how are you? How have you been? Welcome in, welcome in. So Jen, I was just sitting here and we're just chatting it up, telling everybody what I've been doing, you know, how things have been going for me. The other thing too, y'all, that I stayed away because you guys remember is actually been almost 2 years. Remember when I had the cornea transplant? I had a cornea transplant in the left eye. I still need to get the right eye done because I have 2 diseases going on at one time. Both eyes had cataracts and then Fuchs dystrophy. So, you know, cataracts we all get as we age, right? Some more severe than others. But when you add the Fuchs dystrophy, it accelerates, you know, like the demise of my vision or whatever. And so they started with the one that was the worst, and that is the left eye. So I told you guys that 2 years ago. Well, fast forward, here we are. About 3 weeks ago, you know, I always have to go like every 2 to 3 months just so they can check on the thickness of the cornea, making sure. And I was so close to scheduling the operation for this eye. And all of a sudden, the doctor was just like, your body's starting to reject the transplant. And I'm like, it's been 2 years. And I should have known something was wrong because this eye, like randomly, like I was feeling like sharp pains. It feels like a little person inside your eyeball and punching like outward. And it just comes like there's no warning. And it wouldn't be like all day, like consistently, but when it comes, it hurts. It hurts like nobody's business. And the doctor was telling me that sometimes when you get a transplant of any sort, your body can accept it and be doing very well. And for whatever reason, all of a sudden your body might start to fight back and reject it. And that's what was happening. And so we've been treating this very aggressively by putting steroids in almost every hour, every 2 hours. And so now it's starting to accept it because I told her, I was just like, we're not touching this eye until this one gets straight, right? But I mean, I can see you guys very clearly and things like that. It's just like, you know, long distance night driving, which I don't really like driving at night anyway, but that's what's going on with my eye. And so because I did not realize that this eye was starting to reject the transplant, that was the other reason why, another reason why every time I thought I wanted to get back on YouTube, I was just like, nah, I didn't want to be staring at, you know, the monitor trying to edit. I just didn't want to do it. Now I know. So, but it's getting better. So we're good with that. And let me see, anybody else come in that I missed? Okay, we're good. I just wanted to catch up on that. But that was going on. That was a factor too. So, but I never stopped crocheting. And I have been still crafting, doing other things like wood burning and diamond art. The other thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to rebrand my channel. I'm not really sure like if it's okay where it is. I feel like it is. Ever since Ruby left me and I don't have a sidekick. I know Ruby didn't crochet, but my channel has always been a little bit different. Y'all gotta admit that, right? My channel is a little different. Oh, thank you, Kim G. My channel's a little bit different, and I was wondering, like, have y'all ever been confused about what you're looking at on this channel? Like, I mean, how do you guys look at me? Do you look at me like a crochet channel, or do you look at me like I'm just a entertaining channel? I don't know. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. Okay, my laptop died. So I'm going to have to read y'all comments from the actual phone. So bear with me. All right. So if I'm up on it real... Okay. All right, wait a minute. It says, you are a friend. Look, I got to get from afar. I got to get up on it. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I have to go get the charger for my laptop. That's the whole entire point. Because the phone is right there and the laptop was right here. So I can see what y'all comments are. So give me 1 second, okay? If anybody else come in the chat, tell them I didn't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I'm coming, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. I don't know what I was thinking by not putting this on the charger. Give me 1 second so I can see y'all stuff. Anyway. Because I definitely want to see what you guys have to say. And I know before anybody says anything like, Pinky, you know, your channel is your channel. It's whatever you want it to be. But some of you have been with me so long, I value your opinion. And I want your feedback. I want your honest feedback. Let me log in. Hold on. Okay, here we go. And now I can see closer up. All right. So here we go. Catching up on the chat. Mima says you're a friend from afar. And then, okay, Pinko Pal, stories and crochet. That's pretty much, that's how it turned out to be, right? Like story time and crochet, and I was going to make the first video when I came back as a story time because there is so much going on in the world. Y'all y'all know that I see things or I hear things or I have an opinion, but you know what I was doing while I was going to? It was like 2 weeks ago. I literally went through my catalog. Now, if you're on, you know, if you actually go through my catalog, you may start to see an increase of videos that all of a sudden say private. The reason why those say private is because the topics, basically, if I was talking about work. Now, everybody knows I have never said where I work. You guys aren't really even sure what I do, but you know that I work in corporate America. And one of the reasons why I put those videos on private, just because at some point I was looking for a job. I'm still at the same company, but you know, I've had some hiccups, you know, since you guys last seen me. And I had heard that a lot of these employers, when you're looking for jobs, they absolutely do look to see if you have a social media platform. And what are you saying? And that it could affect. Now, I have never, I've only said my opinion, and I said what I said was truthful. You know, if it was dealing with HR or maybe people's behavior at work, you know, some employers, future employers, they don't want to hear you say one word, whether it's true or fake, how you feel about work. And I started thinking like, maybe that's the reason why nobody's calling me for a job. Even though y'all know I have never really said anything out of line. I just said the truth. So I made a lot of my talk videos private. And I'm telling you guys all of that because when I started thinking about revamping this page or this channel, I started thinking to myself, well, dang, y'all, you know, in between my crochet projects, I like to do like little talks or whatever. And sometimes, I mean, that's all I do is go to work and come home, you know. Sometimes I want to say something, but then I don't know who's watching. Not to mention, I have told y'all there are people that are subscribed from work. Now, actually, most of the people that are subscribed from work, they're gone. So much is happening with my job. Thank God. God has mercy. God has shown me favor because I am still there because there's a lot of people leaving or being let go for whatever reason. And I was just like, well, dang, you know, what if I want to do story time? You know, somebody's looking. So it made it harder to come back and try to figure it out. But let me see what y'all say. All right, so oh, okay. Wait a minute, hold on. Yanni, are you about to go? You said my son just announced dinner is ready. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and sweet peas. Oh, Yanni. Okay, well, look, don't let me hold you up. That sounds good. All right. And then Kim G says, sorry, I gotta go. Been great talking to you. Thank you, Kim, for stopping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I hope to be back really, really soon. Nima, let me see. Says, enjoy Ganny Joe. Ganny Joe gave me the purple hearts. Thank you. Pinkle Pal, share your other hobbies with us. Yeah, you know, Pink, so that's the other thing too. Because I'm always talking about, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I'm always thinking, like, you know, how am I going to share? Well, I tried to share like the diamond art, like when I was really heavily into that, but I've never shared when I'm doing wood burning, you know, or painting, you know, because I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out like how would I film it, but maybe I should try that, you know, try to figure out a way how to do that. So that's a good idea. All right. And tattooed yarn. Oh, tattoo yarn. Well, as I live and breathe, howdy, y'all from Texas. Howdy. Yeah, I'm here in Texas too. Tattooed yarn, if you're still here. Are you in Upper Texas, DFW? I'm in DFW. So thanks for stopping in. Oh, Michelle. Michelle, did you change your handle? Hi, Michelle. Text Arcana. How are you, Michelle? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I was just like, tattooed yarn. I was just like, now who was that? YouTube did it. YouTube gave you that name? YouTube signing out new IDs for you guys? That's what happened? Wow. Okay. I mean, I actually like it, you know, but I'm so glad you told me because I'd have been like, oh, look, I had a new person with tattoo yarn. Oh. Well, Pinko Pal, I will definitely consider that. I do know that when I finally do. Oh, Ganny Joe, you still here? She said Temple, Texas, here in the house. Hey. Oh, Pinkle Pal said, my kid is home. Gotta go. It's nice to see you. Thank you, Pink. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon again. Hi! Liz! Hi! Yes, it's really me. Yes. Liz said, is this really you? Oh my God, so good to see you. Bye, Pinkle Pal. Yes, Liz, I am here. It was unexpected. I know I don't schedule well with lives, but the urge was in me, and I said, you know what? I better turn it on and do it because if I don't do it now, it's not going to happen. And yes, it's really me. I'm so like Liz and Michelle, we've been here for a hot minute. Kim was on first, and I believe Mima is still here in the chat too. I wasn't expecting anybody to really show up. Maybe like one person, because I was thinking to myself, yeah, they probably was like, nah. I mean, I don't even know if YouTube turned off y'all notifications, because I heard that if you're going long enough or you're inactive long enough, they start like messing with people's like notifications if you're subscribed to that person that's been inactive. I don't know. I don't really know if that's true or not. So did you get notified or were you just scrolling through? For Liz and you guys, I don't know. Maybe y'all just... Hi, Cindy Lou. What have you crocheted or made since you've been gone? I was scrolling. Okay, well, I'm going to go back over some of this stuff because the first group of people they've left already. So I have been crocheting, and let me go back over. So I got like a million things going on. So For Memorial Day and 4th of July coming up, I am very patriotic and I was making this bag. However, the bag was not supposed to be this long. I just sewed it together. It's made in 2 panels. I just sewed it together last night. I didn't sew it. I did so as y'all can see, I'm still doing the rim. It is my memorial, my 250-year anniversary to the United States. What do y'all think? Nice, nice. Yeah, so right now I'm doing the top, and I have sewn 2 pieces together because I'm about to line it, and I have to make my own handles, which I'm not a fan of making my own handles, but I did see a trick and I am really, really ready to try it. This is going to be a big bag, like really big bag. And I'm gifting it to somebody at work. So that's what I've been crocheting. Let me see what y'all say. Okay, Elizabeth, just so glad you were well and nothing was wrong. Yes, Liz. I had just finished telling, the first set, people that stopped by. Nothing's been wrong with me. I just was I didn't mean to take that long of a break. The last video I made, I want to say, was that last June or July? It's almost a year. It's almost a year. That was when I did the little thing with the food, trying to save money. And if you go back to 2025, do y'all know that I think I put out 4 videos for the year of 2025. It was not planned like that. Like I was telling, some of the watchers earlier that I took a break. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn down the TV. I took a break, but 2 days turned into a week turned into a month turned into 3 months, then it turned into Thanksgiving and Christmas. Next thing I know, I was sitting here like, I don't know if I'm ever coming back. And I remember Thris telling me a long time ago, don't say anything, because I was telling her the last time I did a text, chat with her, it had to be like 2 years ago. Probably. And she was just like, just don't take down your channel. She's like, and don't say anything. She's like, because you've already said before in the past when I was going through all my phases or whatever, and I was just like, I'm not coming back. And then I'll be like, yay, I'm back. And it does. I understood where she was coming from, because it gets tiring, because people might be like, oh yeah, Pinky always says like, I'm leaving and then I'm coming back. So this time when I wasn't making any videos, I just decided not to say anything. I decided not to say anything because I trusted what you guys said. You guys said, Pinky, for the real supporters, we will be here when you're ready to come back. Y'all told me to take my time if I ever needed to take a break. And I stepped out on faith, and that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And I didn't have any plans. I didn't know if I was going to come back, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was just like, I had kind of got burnt out. I didn't understand how people kept putting out content, was doing lives like that's in my mind. When I saw everybody else putting out content and constantly doing lives, this is how I thought. I was just like, they can't possibly have anything else to do. When are they getting a chance to live? And all I do as it is go to work and come home. So I'm thinking about other people. I'm like, well, these people got families and kids and grandkids and boyfriends and husbands and fur babies. When are they getting time to live? And that's when it just kind of made me like I didn't want to do it. Like, I was just like, I do not want to be trapped by this camera. However, Liz, I really missed all of y'all. That's what I was just telling Kim and Pinko Powell. I really missed y'all, because I miss being like, I know that I can't hear y'all, but the interaction. And when I don't do lives, whenever I would put out a video, y'all know that I do a premiere. which I'm in a live chat. But I miss that with you guys. But at the same time, it just it became so it became, I don't want to say a burden. It just, I guess I was just burnt out. And I know y'all probably like, Michelle, how can you be burnt out? You really never put out a lot of videos. It's because of the fact that I work all the time. And I just, and then I felt like I wasn't satisfying my viewers. Like I felt like what I was giving y'all was like, I felt like y'all was just being kind. Like y'all didn't really want to say like, this is horrible. That's what I felt like. So I just didn't say anything, But Liz, you got my email. There's a couple of people that have my emails, and only 2 subscribers that actually have my number, and they were checking on me from time to time. But yeah. I just showed up today because I miss y'all. Let me hurry up and go back a little bit. Let's see where we at. All right, so Cindy Lou, beautiful. Just glad to see. Okay, lovely. Sally. So Sally, hey Sally. Sally's definitely one of the other subscribers that was checking up on me. Yes, I'm still alive, and I have totally missed you guys too, Liz. Cindy Lou, hi. She says hi to Ganny Joe. And she's saying hi to Sally. Michelle saying right after you were teaching crochet classes. Yeah. Actually, Michelle, it was a little bit longer after that, because I actually was thinking about starting up classes again. And this time I have an idea. I have to talk it over with, there's a lady who owns a cafe down at my job. So it's, a little cafeteria for our building. Her husband is the owner of the building, right? So I was thinking, because me and her really vibe together, and I know that she does a lot of community events down at the cafe, and kind of like in the lobby, because the lobby at my job is set up really nice with, it's a really good setting. And I started thinking to myself, like, maybe I need to get with her, because she likes, me and her, we talk about all our little crafts and everything like that. And I was thinking that I would get with her and start again with the classes. And it probably would be something where she would bring outside, like her friends or whatever. I'm not really sure this time. Y'all remember, I did those classes for free. Because I have so much yarn. I initially I would like to just be like, what? Here's your starter yarn. I think this time, I know one thing I'm not going to do this time if I go back and do the classes. I'm not buying hooks. A lot of y'all, quite a few people were sending me hooks and everything. I think this time, I can supply them with like one starter yarn, because I'm telling you, I have a ton of it. It's ridiculous, right? And I'm not talking about a full skein, like one of the little skeins like at Hobby Lobby, like the cotton yarn. Excuse me, but they actually sell like little ones that are the acrylic, real tiny ones. And I'll do that, but they need to bring their own hook. Y'all know how I feel about charging people. If I start this up again, I want to just kind of just come into it and allow people to come and do the first class. Y'all remember, let's go back when I said, hey, I'm doing this for free, and 20 people signed up, and there were other people that, because I didn't know how many people I could handle. 20 people signed up, and only 8 showed up. And it made me mad, because there were people that actually wanted to join that class. So what I'm going to have to do is actually go back and look at my videos to you guys when I was telling y'all, like, hey, I'm going to do these classes. I'm going to look at y'all comments. I'm going to look at what I said so that I can remember like what to do and what not to do. Like, how many people can I take? How often can I do this? I'm thinking I could do it every Saturday. I'm not doing nothing. I do pet sit sometimes, but yeah, so I think that might be a good idea. So let me see. Sally says, hi, Cindy. And then Cindy saying, happy to see you today. Let me see. Danny Joe says, we all need a break from things that turn into a longer time than we actually need. And you're absolutely right. It was VJ Crochet. I remember 2 years ago, maybe three. Again, it was when Ruby was alive. Basically, VJ, I was on a roll. I was on a roll for a hot minute. And she said, oh, you came back strong. She said, be careful not to burn yourself out. And I was thinking to myself, no, I'm good. Like, I feel good. Like, I got everything ready. I'm organized this time. I can do it. You know, I literally was trying to make videos and batches or whatever. And she was right. I mean, it seemed like no sooner than she spoke those words, I was burnt out. I was burnt out. And if we're really honest too, after Ruby died, I don't know what happened. I really don't. I was still putting out videos, but I know that sounds crazy. I know, you know, it wasn't like she was sitting next to me creating stuff, but when Ruby died, it took a lot out of me. I know that sounds crazy. And then remember, it was just a down spiral between Ruby dying and the eye. And then there were so many different things that I just never told y'all about that was going on at work. And I'm telling you, it was bad. You know what? Let's not say it was bad. It needed to happen. There were some things that I needed to sort out for my life. And, you know, the one thing that I am very cautious of, I will share a lot with you guys, but there are things that I won't share because it's not for the internet. Right? And that's just to keep my privacy, you know, sacred sometimes. So basically, I'm glad that I stepped back. So Ganny, you're absolutely right. That's why I'm amazed at some of these people that I see going at it nonstop. I go through all the people I'm subscribed to. I go through the live schedules and I see people, they got their lives set up like they're just back to back to back to back to back. And not only are they back to back to back to back, I have gone in lives, like, I'm just giving y'all an example. I'm going in lives on a Saturday at 1 p.m. Man, I'll be like, okay, you know, nobody knows I'm there. I'll jump out of it. I'll come back at 3 o'clock. They still going. And I'm like, wait, is this the same one? I don't know how people do it. I don't know how they do it. But like I said, God bless them. God bless them. All right, let me see what else we need. Let me see. Cindy says true. Ganny Joe. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold up. It jumped up too high. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so right after CJ. Okay. Break. Let me see. All right, so Sally says work, question mark. Sally, you said work, question mark. What do you mean by that? Like my work? And then Michelle says it's not a job. YouTube is a hobby. Right. Okay, Sally. And then you said it became work. Right. Okay, so let's talk about that, Michelle, because you're saying it's not a job. Right. It's not a job for me. But for, okay, we know who actually makes money, and I'm talking about real money, right? You know, on YouTube. And we all know that those are your exceptions. Not everyone is going to hit that mark, as I have learned. You know, I kind of figured out I'm not going to say never, but I wasn't going for it anymore. I was just like, yeah, this is too much. In order for me to go, like, to get to it where it becomes real revenue income, you know, I'm talking about it's paying for all my bills. I'm able to afford to buy my own benefits, you know, insurance, all of that, you got to be up there. Now, here's the kicker. Once you get up there, now the name of the game is how do you stay up there? Unless you just want to make a bag. That's what the young folks say. That's what the new generation say. You want to make a bag, and then you invest it and get off of it. I literally just looked at someone's video, and I thought this guy was like in his 20s. He looks real good. He's actually in his early 40s, and he just announced, like he said that he's stepping back. He says he's out. Now he has made his money. He doesn't know if he's going to come back, but what he did was he actually invested it, because you got to remember this. I mean, first of all, I literally just turned on Bag O'Day. I hadn't watched her in years. I mean, I see her pop up in my feed or whatever, but I decided literally to just see. I was just like, is this lady still doing it? And she's still doing it. I mean, that's a goat right there. But again, I mean, this is really a career for her. And I think a lot of people come into this blinded, and they're just thinking they're just going to set it up. They're going to get subscribers and get monetized, and that's it. But it's hard. It's hard to keep coming up with content. And even if you do come up with content, it's hard to keep the momentum going. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really hard. And I felt like once I took that day off or that week, and I didn't make a video for a month, and then I didn't make it for a week, and then, and it just kept continuing. Y'all know what was crazy? As much as I missed y'all, I literally was like, I was okay with it. Before, I used to feel guilty. I would feel guilty, like I haven't done anything for them. Now, I don't even care. I didn't care. Sorry. But yeah, let me see. Sally, you said it became work. Yes, tattoo. Okay. When your hobby isn't fun. Thank you. That's exactly what happened. Now before I was, doing a crochet, I went on a crocheting binge. I literally was just, I was just talking earlier about how much yarn and stuff that I have, and I started resenting it. All of a sudden, it just made me sick. And when I moved into this smaller apartment, I really thought that I had put a dent in my yarn inventory, because I wasn't really, I knew I would never fall out of love with crocheting, but I really was just like, you know what? I don't want to touch it for years, because it just reminded me that I wasn't doing anything with my channel. I felt like at times I was letting y'all down because I wasn't here. But I was just like, man. But then every time I would pick up the phone and try to set it up to record, I wouldn't go through with it. So, yeah. So let me see. When your hobby isn't fun, Cindy Lou said, "Oh, that is sweet. I have to go for now." Oh, Cindy Lou, I hope I didn't miss you, but if I missed you, bye, Cindy Lou. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. And let me see. Michelle said Dollar Tree size. Okay, bye, Cindy. Have a great night. Sweet dreams, Cindy. Okay. And then you said, what else have you crocheted? Oh, okay. I think we're caught up. All right. So again, I don't know when you came in, Michelle, but I was showing everybody, my granny square blanket. I'm sorry. This thing is out of control. This thing is out of control, and I'm still working on it. I was telling Ganny and Kim G that I had actually invested in a blocking, because, I would block my work, but when I make stuff like tunics or, blankets or whatever, I would just throw it on the ironing board and pin it down and just spritz it and let it stretch, right? But with the granny squares, I was just like, let me see, because I had heard about these little blocks and I didn't know that they came in all these different sizes. I think I just bought the smallest one. So because these are hexagons, right? This is about as, I just stack them up like pancakes, wait till they flatten out, and then I start sewing it. But yes, I wanted to do what I call a ugly granny square blanket, the traditional ones, like back from the 70s. So this is what I've been working on. I'm still putting it together. And I was telling the ladies in the chat that I heard that a lot of people don't like putting these things together. I found out that it's therapy for me. When I have to sew them together, I think I actually enjoy it more. I'll be like, yay. I don't know why. And it strings all over the place, but it's actually relaxing. So I know y'all going to get some ideas like, well, I'm going to make some granny squares and I'll send it to you. I'll sew it. I don't care. I ain't got nothing else to do. Yeah, so let me see. Okay. I love the color. You like those colors, Michelle? Let me tell you. I was telling them, I said, it's a yarn from Hobby Lobby, and it's not, I forgot what it's called, but it has like a Southwest border theme because of the colors, right? And when it's wrapped up in the skein, it looks amazing. And I've had the yarn for years. I think I had the yarn maybe like 2 years after I had got Ruby. That's how long I had it. And Ruby lived to be almost like, 7. And I could never do anything with it. And so finally I said, you know what? I was going to make a whole bunch of granny squares and make an ugly blanket. And I definitely don't feel like I'm going to give this blanket to anybody because I always make stuff and then give it away. But I'm really loving this. And then, oh yeah. Have y'all ever bought a yarn that it's pretty ugly, but you're drawn to it? And you're just like, yeah, I don't know why, but do y'all remember when Red Heart came out with the pooling series? Remember pooling series? I guess that's when y'all crochet and you get the argyle. So this was one of their colors, that I bought, and it has been in my stash. That's the other thing I've been doing, y'all. I have been going to the yarns that I bought years ago, right? Ones that I'm not a fan of. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to work on it. So I started working on this with this yarn, and I'm making a hobo bag, like a satchel, because I was just like, when I started crocheting with it, I was like, these colors are butt ugly. Like when you started, it looks okay right now. You're like, Pinky, it's not that bad. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to tell you what makes it ugly. They have gray. I don't know if y'all can see this. There's gray, like a dingy gray in here, and it makes it look horrible. So I almost chucked it. And then I started thinking, nope, I'm making a hobo bag. But how I'm making the hobo bag, y'all, is I'm doing corner to corner, and I'm going to do 2 panels together, and I'm going to make a hobo bag. Yeah, so I started. This is what it looks like when it comes out. Ugh, that is ugly. What y'all think? Let me see what y'all think. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. So Michelle said, you love the colors. You're talking about the blanket. Sally said, I love your squares and blanket. Okay. Weaving ends, yes. Yeah, it's going to take a long time because I'm not done with that blanket. I'm still adding on to that blanket. All right. Wildflower. I like that color. So you like you like the blanket, Michelle, color? Or you talking about this? Ugh. Okay. Let me see. So this Sally says, I love those yarns, never use them like they were designed for. You talking about the pooling, right? Yeah, I think I might have bought, I have one more in my stash, possibly 2 of the pooling. I'm like you. I just like the colors, and I'm like, that doesn't mean I really need to use it for pooling, because the pooling concept, I would like to go back down that road and give it a try and actually put it on the channel. I would like to do that. But anyway, let me see. And then let Let me see. Somebody said nope on corner to corner. This one. You say you like the colors on this? Michelle? Oh, you know what, Michelle? Let me get a little bit closer. You like that? Let me see what she say. Sally said it's a busy yarn. Yeah. And then Michelle says I make short row beanies out of wildflower. Wildflower. Is that a color? Let me see. And then Sally says, I don't like the colors that much. Sally, you're not alone. It's like the granny square yarn. No, Sally, I'm sorry. This is not like that granny square yarn. This is just horrible. I said, what was I thinking? See, this is what happens when you would go into a yarn store, a craft store, and you could not bring yourself to come out of a store without having something, because at the time that I bought this, I know where I got this from. First of all, I got this from Joann's. And it was one of them situations where I pretty much had everything, right? And then I'm like, oh, I don't have that color. You know what? That might be nice. The only reason why I picked this up was because I am a neon freak. I love neon colors, and I could see that in there. I mean, it doesn't show up neon, I don't think, on y'all end, but then look at that. This is gonna make the perfect hobo bag. And this one I feel like I should do a tutorial one on, but anyway, yeah. So let me see those colors. Michelle, you said those colors aren't good for corner to corner. You don't think so? I think so. That's why it's going to be a hobo bag. Trust me, Michelle, if you had seen what I was doing, I tried several times. I tried to actually do the pulling, which I know how to do pulling. I'm not really great at it, but I know how to do enough so that you can get the argyle. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. It didn't look good in any other stitch. I was trying. I even tried to do circles. I even tried to do a granny square. This yarn, Michelle, is just ugly. It literally was sitting by the door for the Goodwill. But then I was inspired to do a hobo bag. I'm telling you. And Michelle, I want you to come back. When I complete that bag and I do a tutorial on it, I want you to be like, okay, that's not so bad. Yeah. She said, I mean, I don't use it as intended. Oh, y'all two talking about the pulling. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm doing with that. And then let me see what other. Oh, here it is. This is the other bag. For some reason, I keep making bags. I'm lining them. I'm actually putting linings in them. And then it's the handle situation. So let me bring Michelle, Sally, you guys up to speed from the earlier conversation. So when I moved from my last apartment and I decided to downsize into the tiny apartment, which I love, it's like a little bungalow, I realized I needed to get rid of a lot of stuff. And sometimes when you start realizing how much you get, you start getting rid of too much stuff. And that's what happened. I don't know where all those handles, if y'all remember, there was a video like 3 years ago that I did, and it was called like my craft hoarding. And I had that big tub full of pocketbook candles and all kinds of stuff, and I ended up keeping it. Well, that was something I got rid a lot of. I didn't realize how many pocketbook candles I had. The problem is that I have a storage unit, and I think the ones that I kept is in the storage unit, but I can't really get to it. I'm going to have to dig it out. So now I don't have the handles, all those handles I bought from Joann's, and now I have to make my own handles, and I'm not really keen on making my own handles. So I need to find a right stitch where my handles come out looking fancy. Meantime, this is the other bag I did. This is my design. This is one piece. It's just folded in two and sewed on the sides. Y'all like that? I'm putting it up close so y'all can see the stitch. Yep. And then I lined it. Look at that lining, y'all. Y'all like that? Ah, very nice. Very nice. I actually like that. I really do. Yeah, I like that. So it's a nice sturdy bag, and then I did that stitch up top there. The stitching on the side is amazing, y'all, because it's invisible. Yeah, I am so proud of this bag. So now do y'all see, like, I'm like, I got to do handles. I'm so scared that I have mixed feelings about crocheting handles for a bag because I feel like it might make it look cheap. Does that make sense? Yeah, let me see what y'all say. Okay. Do you remember it? I love it. Sally, you like the bag? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. I don't know. I have never really, I'm basically, that's what I've been messing around with. I'm literally doing different ideas for making my own handles. I don't know. I feel like when people crochet their own handles, maybe because I've never seen a crocheted handle that I'm impressed with. I feel like it's going to take away from the bag. And just so that you know, I'm actually going to crochet a hoop, and it is going to have a button. Let me see. It's going to have like a wooden button, like a brown, like a cocoa button. Yeah. And that's going to add some magic to it. Let me see. Okay, crab stitch. A crab stitch, thermal stitch. Now, I've never heard of either one of those stitches. Let me see. You don't want a lot of stretch in your handles. Look up the crab stitch. I will look it up. Give me 1 second because I want to see this. Crab stitch. Oh. Give me 1 second. I gotta see this. Ooh. Ooh, Michelle, I like that. Nice. Beginners or intermediate? What do you think? Single crochet backwards. Yeah, see, this is where I know every time I think I'm experienced, I'm not, because I've heard that term too. I'm like, what do y'all mean single crochet backwards? Now I'm gonna have to Google that. Let me see. Single crochet backwards. I can't even grasp that concept. But I mean, we know there's videos now. I like that. I like that a lot, Michelle. Now, Sally, I'm gonna look up yours. You said, wait a minute, who? Okay, Sally, you said thermal stitch. Let me open up another tab. Oh, wait a minute. Crochet. You know what? Sally, that almost looks like Tunisian crochet, which I know how to do 2 stitches in Tunisian crochet. I mean, that's what it looks like, which I actually like it. But for a handle, you think that will work? I'm looking at the images now. Let me see. Sally say yes. Yes, what, like Tunisian crochet? Okay. Well, look, I have the 2 bags, right? So I got to do something with the 4th of July bag and this one right here. I'm so much in love with this. I don't know. Oh, you know what, ladies? I'm going to give y'all a preview, whoever's sitting in this live. So I definitely I feel like the first, outside of this, the first video that I definitely want to do this week is I have been holding on to a box forever, for over 2 years now. The box was a giveaway. So if y'all remember, like whenever Barb's birthday, the anniversary would come up, her birthday. And then I said I was supposed to do the Pinky Promise. That was the other thing I was feeling guilty about, because I was enjoying the break. I didn't know if I was coming back, and then I kind of felt guilty. Like, I had said that I would always, like if I didn't do anything else on my channel, I would always do at least one pink creation or something dedicated to Barb. And I really felt bad about that. I did. And I am praying to God that, her husband and her daughters that are subscribed, that I hope they understood, that I didn't mean to go back on my word, because there's not one day, anytime I'm crocheting, I'm always thinking about Barb. But I had put this box together, and I just never, like, it was my intent to get on, and I never got on. And this giveaway is going to be awesome. You know why? Because I think there might only really be one or two skeins of yarn. The whole entire giveaway pretty much is just pink items. They're not yarn, because I felt like I noticed that the last couple of giveaways, like 2 years back, every time I did do a giveaway, I saw less and less people participating, which that messed with my mind, because I was just like, are my giveaways not good anymore? Like, nobody really seemed to be, like, by the time I tallied up people participating, it wasn't even over 30 people. I felt like maybe people just didn't want yarn no more. Like, they was just like, or maybe I wasn't giving away good stuff. Because if we think about the amount of yarn that I have put in my giveaways, whenever I would do a giveaway, it was massive. Well, I thought it was, but I don't know. So let me see. Sally said, yes, dear Barb, I remember. I'm sure they do. Are we rejuvenating your spirit right now? Yes. Yes, you are rejuvenating my spirit. Yes, absolutely. So I definitely want to, I'm gonna let you ladies know, like, yeah, that box, first of all, since I'm in a small cottage style apartment, I need all the space. Anything that occupies the space must be used. And I was looking at that box and I went through it. There are some fabulous things in there. It is not like anything else that I have done. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I guess I need to put like a trailer out there, like, because I know they're not looking for me anymore, because they're not used to seeing me online. So I really would like, to kind of treat the giveaway, as like, hey, I'm still here, and, here's a little something since I've been away. What do y'all think? I think it'll be really, really good. But I think that's everything. I mean, now y'all know I'm still crocheting, and I just really wanted to stop in and say hello and see who was going to catch me. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? We talked about, I don't know if you ladies had made it in time when I was talking about my transplant. My body was rejecting the transplant recently, but we are treating it, and is getting better. Still at the same job, thank God. And I don't have any fur babies, just have water babies. I'm down to 2 betta fish, and that's it. I really don't have anything else. But yeah, I just wanted to reach out and say hello. And also, anything that y'all can think of, maybe y'all would like to see from me, because I was telling Pinko Pal, I think she left, I was thinking about rebranding my channel. since I've been away for so long, I was telling the ladies earlier that in the last month, I have started going through my own library. Like I was going back to the early days. And one of the things that I definitely know I need to kind of touch back on is, like how I'm still dealing with, um, arthritis and stuff like that. I still get a ton of subscribers for that. A lot of people are still coming, to this channel for that. And I didn't want to desert them. But I was just thinking to myself, I mean, what am I doing with this channel? Like, I asked Pinkle Pal, I asked Ganny Joe, I was like, do people look at this channel like a crochet channel? I mean, what should I kind of just stick with the same format? Sometimes I like to talk and sometimes I like to crochet, and I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? So, Sally, you said, I am so happy I caught you. You know I've missed you and I treasure our connections. I am so glad, Sally, you showed up. I know it was like short notice. I only gave like a 15-minute notice. Like I put it out there. I scheduled it because I said, if I schedule it for tomorrow, I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee it. I need to do it while I feel like this now. And I was just praying that anybody would come and see it. But yeah, let me see. Michelle, you say you found me. Yes, Michelle, I definitely know that you found me as a crochet channel. And that was the other thing too, y'all. Before I go, I was just really thinking, like, when I come back, do I need to rebrand myself or do I just come back as I was? I don't even know what's going on if we're talking about just crocheting or the yarn community. Like, yes, I sit in people's chats. No shade, I'm not being mean, but some of the chats I sit in that I know they're supposed to be crochet channels or knitting channels, like they're just talking. And so I was just like, well, is anybody really like doing tutorials? I feel like when I do, when I focus on crocheting, I'm really doing a tutorial. I've done like reviews on products once in a blue moon, but that's not my thing either. Like it would really have to be something major for me to show y'all like, hey, here's a review. I think the last review I did was on crochet hooks. But I do get more pleasure out of doing the tutorials because I love reading y'all feedback and what I could have done better or your suggestions. Like you ladies just gave me suggestions on stitches to do the handles. I treasure that. And that's what I actually said when I started this channel. This channel is for people to come to be inspired, to learn, and also to teach me, because there was something, and I started giggling because I said, man, if everybody on my channel saw me right now, they would die laughing. There was something that I had just learned. I never knew how to do a foundation chain. I think I'm saying it right. I'm not talking about like where you just make a chain, like a single crochet. I'm talking about like, it was like you were doing like 2 rows at one time. As long as I've been crocheting, I have never done that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, part of me was just like, dang, that would be embarrassing because y'all be like, Shine, where you got a channel and you trying to teach people, you don't even know the foundation. But then at the same time, it's like community. Like, y'all can teach me something too. And so with that being said, that's when I was just like, will anybody still be interested in my tutorials? I don't know. So let me see. Okay, so then Michelle says it was on the first video after Barb passed. Yeah, I remember. And Sally, you said, I am battling a concussion after falling out of bed last night at my daughter's, right on the hard floor. Sally, you fell out the bed? Oh my God. You okay? no, Sally, no. Oh, bless your heart. How you feel? I mean, I know you just said you battling a concussion. I mean, and I never understood concussions. I mean, like, is it a constant headache or like a bump on the head? Like, I never understood. Michelle, you say you're a visual learner, so you love the tutorial. Thank you. Oh, you cracked your head, shoulder, and your back? Sally, oh, bless your heart. I definitely will be keeping you in my prayers. Yes, for a speedy recovery. Please take it easy. Please take it easy. Oh, it was a big Ed on your head. I'm sure. Is it on the back of your head, or did you get like a hickey like on the front? Oh. Ooh, Sally. Just thinking about it. You said all on the back. Mm, mm. That breaks my heart. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was a shocker. Sally goes big, don't you? Yeah, she did. Uh well, you know what, Sally, the one thing I'm very grateful for you is that I'm so glad that you have family and you're not alone. The older I get, I start thinking like, you know, that's the scary part. Like when things like that happen, I mean, we don't want those things to happen, but it's worse when you're by yourself. So, yeah, Sally, please take it easy. First of all, I'm really, really extra, extra grateful that you actually took the time to stop in, you know. I know I was about to go there where you said I'm not supposed to be on the screen too long, you know. Yeah. Well, I'm about to wrap up anyway, so mm. But yes, I'm glad that you were surrounded by your family because that's serious. That's really serious. And please, you just relax and just like me, and I have to give my eye a rest when I'm at work, straining. I need for you to really take that seriously. Don't be straining, or staring at any kind of screens. You might just have to close your eyes and listen, because that's serious. You said I was like the commercial. I'm falling and can't get up. Sally, please. I mean, I'm glad it didn't affect your sense of humor. I forgot about that commercial. Oh, Sally, you are too funny. I'm so glad to have spent this time with you ladies. Y'all have made me happy. Hey, I got a quick question. You guys, do y'all know Maria Chavez? Y'all know I love Maria. I was wondering if anybody had seen her in anybody's chats or whatever. I mean, I know it's my first time really being back, but even when I was in chats, I wasn't seeing her. I don't know if she's okay or not. I hope she is. So this will be on a replay, and hopefully, she'll see it. I hope she's okay. But I think about her just like I think about all of y'all. And Michelle, I'm so glad that you showed up and told me your name, because I was about to say, yay, I got somebody new. I was like, tattoo yarn. Michelle, you said, I've seen her channel, not as of lately. Okay. You know what? Good idea. I'm going to tag her. I'm going to tag her. Okay. Well, with that being said, ladies, I am literally going to wrap this up. I do feel like y'all have rejuvenated me. So at least for now, I can come back with and just start off with the giveaway. And I think that's easy, you know. So you know what? Maybe I can schedule that because that's easy. All I gotta do is show stuff and be like, hey, blah blah blah. And I think that can be my comeback. But for now, I'm just gonna take y'all advice, or I'm gonna take y'all's you know, I mean, y'all not saying anything's wrong with the channel when I am here, so I guess I'll just keep it the same. It's whatever that comes. It's a little bit of everything, I guess. That's the only thing that I know to do. I don't know anything else to do. Let me see. Take care, and kindness matters. I know it does. Yes, and I'm sending you love, so much love, and praying that the Lord will heal you through and through and restore your body, not only just physically, but spiritually and mentally too, Sally. Okay. And Sally said, you do you? Yeah. All right. And Michelle says, you have a wonderful night. Sally, prayers for you, sweetie. To the lurkers, have a wonderful week. Right? Absolutely. All right. Well, thank y'all so much. And I hope that this is the beginning of the return. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.